Hey everyone, my name is Carlton Herbert, and here's what I put together for the Module 3.1 schematic design package. Um, as you can see, I'm getting a little further along the project, so it's getting kind of exciting, getting to the point where I can do some renders and stuff for the model, and starting to turn into a real building here, as you can see. So I'm going to walk through what I put together for this package. I wanted to pull in some of the diagrams I did before. So one of them looking at kind of the views of the site and where I want to prioritize that south and the west kind of views towards the bridge, kind of open areas towards LA River. And also the site context, so just kind of the surrounding areas, and then the initial kind of layout for the site. Also the program, the circulation for the site. So you can see here where I grouped the different programs: residential, public, private. Also the circulation, so most of it is happening kind of on the back side, so it's kind of hidden out of view, and then the sides that you would see would be kind of more of the public or open areas. And then here is some of the diagrams for the sustainability of the site and how it's going to integrate those. So there's some things like rooftop solar arrays, some cross ventilation, rooftop gardens, stormwater management, those kind of things, and then just how I'm going to integrate those in there. Here's kind of a generic site plan. I want to add some more detail to this, but at this point, this is kind of where I'm putting those green spaces, and then just kind of an overall top view of the model. An initial foundation plan, I'll be revising that as we go along, and then with each of the levels. So here's that main level. You can see kind of where the vehicles would be moving between and parking, and then also the initial layout of some of those units on that first floor, as well as that transit building over to the left. You can kind of see that bus on that far left-hand side as well. Here's level 2, just going one step up. That box kind of in the bottom center, that is going to be the integrated grocery building. So that one would be 2 stories. As you can see here, that roof of that grocery kind of ties into the roof of the other residential structures from this level 2. And that's the big open area, green space, and just kind of a big open public area. And then the residential is grouped more in the top and the right side there. Also, level 4, this is where it just becomes the higher sections of buildings. So level 4 and level 5 are pretty much the same. And level 6, and the one building continues, and then the other goes onto the roof where you start getting some of the solar panels and wind turbines. And then here's that final level, or that upper roof section here. Did a couple elevations. This is a good view of where you can see what I was trying to do for the ventilation. So all of these little slits here would be like operable windows, really skinny, roughly 6 inches or so windows, in order to be able to open them up and get some airflow through the circulation pathways, and then also through the units themselves. Here's on the south elevation. And you get a good view of some of the balconies and things going on there. The east elevation, more of those circulation pathways there with some ventilation, and then the west elevation. Here's the site and building section, showing a long lengthwise cut through that building, so you get kind of an overall view of that site, how that's going to work with those different buildings. And then here's the section view. So here's one of the lengthwise cut, another lengthwise cut, and then 2 little shorter cuts here. So you kind of see into some of those residential units. And then this one here gets you get that cut through a whole bunch of them. Here's one of the units. This would be kind of the medium-sized one, about 1,200 square feet. And here's the largest one, right around 1,600 square feet, and then the smallest one right around 900 or so. And each of these vary just a little bit as you go between the floors, where some of them have like some balconies built in. These would be all the ones on the ground floor levels. And then here's where I was talking about. I got some of the initial renderings done of these models. So you see the overall structure there, perspective views of. I just got 2 different views of it, and then more views of just a little closer into that site, and then a few more views here, kind of as if you were going to be a person on the site itself or in one of those balconies. So you can see you get kind of a good view of that community garden area, and then also that central green space area. Here's a section perspective, going through, showing you kind of circulation with those stairs on the side, and then also into some of those residential units. Get a good mix there, and then another section perspective here, just showing a cut kind of at the corner, so you get kind of 2 views into the different sides of the building, and then how these residential units are going to look on the inside. Here's the study model I put together for kind of site context at kind of a smaller scale here, by 1/64 of an inch to a foot. And here's some more views of that. After that, I decided to do kind of a bigger scale model, focusing just on the building itself at a 16th inch at a foot. So here's some views of that. Basically, I got all of those floor plans printed out to scale, and then cut out and stacked on top of each other, so you can kind of get a view of each of the floors and just kind of see through the whole building there. And here's more views of that. And so I think it's shaping up to be a pretty good setup there, and I'll be looking for ways to improve it as we go forward. So thanks for taking a look.